Yeah.
We are joined by Drexel head coach Denise Dillon and student athlete Gabriella Marginian. Coach will make an opening statement, and then we'll take questions for Coach and Gabby. Please raise your hand for the mic so that way we can get it in the sound system.
Well, obviously I'm certainly pleased with the outcome. It was not a pretty game by any means on our part. Towson just played extremely hard. They did a great job, I feel, defensively. Playing them 3 times, we knew it would be difficult, so especially second time in 1 week. But thankfully, the girls stepped up. Gabby came up with a big bucket at the end, and the foul shot. So again, another close one. The girls are getting used to that.
In the first half, the shooting was cold for your team, very below, much below your percentage. What do you attribute that to?
Maybe the 20 minutes of shoot around. No. I just think a little bit of nerves, for sure. Just getting out there, ready to play, focusing on so many little things and not so much on the shot. We got some open looks. We got a lot of open looks. I just think the girls there was a little bit of nerves, a little bit of concern. They didn't want to miss shots to disappoint. So yeah, we tell them all the time, you're all threat, you're all an option. So you can't hesitate. You get an open look, you got to shoot it like it's your last shot. So I think we were cold throughout the game. The first half a little worse than the second, but we got some easier buckets attacking the basket in the second half.
Hi, Pam Roker, Comcast Television. I think this was deja vu, wasn't this the quarterfinal matchup last year?
Yes.
And then their 1-2-1-1 press kind of turned things. Any thoughts, any timeout conversations when the press, you had opened up a 6-point lead coming out of the halftime, and the press kind of turned the tables a little bit, got the momentum in the Tigers' favor?
Right, and we knew they would press. I mean, it was something, again, we saw them last week. I definitely wasn't thinking back to last year. Before the game, you realize the quarterfinal, and that's who you went up against. But with Petey out there as our point guard, she always, she's steady with the ball. So she wasn't there last year. Nicole Hester, another one who wants the ball in her hands. And then being able to play Marissa Crane. So there's 3 new people out on the floor that we didn't have last year. I just felt maybe the beginning of the half, again, there wasn't that sense of urgency we needed. So once they kind of kicked it into gear, we called the timeout. Got on them. We knew Towson would go on their run, as they did. They closed it, but then we couldn't panic too much. Just get the shots when we need them. We couldn't afford the turnovers, and I think we limited them a little bit.
Gabby, if I can follow up, looked like they were trying to be pretty physical with you. Some, really a lot of contact on the shots. Psychologically, and coach had to bring you in and out with the 4 fouls. Mentally, you just stayed focused, made some big shots at the end. Did you know it was on your shoulders?
It was a tough game, and the pressure was on, and we just stayed together and played through it. They're physical, all of the team is physical, so we just stayed together.
Coach, after Gabby picked up her 4th foul, and I know you talked about this a little bit, but were you afraid of taking her out too soon, and the fact that Towson could come back and maybe get a lead going?
No, and we've been in the position before. You, of course, want her on the floor as much as possible, but when she picked up that 4th, we knew we had to take her out immediately. And again, our team has done such a nice job of just stepping up when necessary. They know Gabby's the first option. They know she's going to get the looks, but Tyler Hale, Camille Nassis Kaite, poor kid, I kill her name all the time, did a great job. As freshmen, they're no longer freshmen. This is the end of the season, they're now sophomores, but they did a really good job of knowing what needed to be done out there, and Nicole Hester just took control as well. So do you want her coming out? No, but it's necessary in order to have her in down the stretch, and it worked in our favor to get her back in there under 2 minutes and get that key bucket.